So this is where they're saying about Trey Hendrickson, about the best landing spots. And I was curious on what your take was. Christopher, great question. So unfortunately, yes, the Berlin Wall piece is going out today, and I'm going to be emailing Dylan about that. That will be going out today. Unfortunately, I'm waiting for the protectors, like the hard plastic protectors, to protect all the drawings because I want to ship it in those so that they don't bend or fold or anything like that. They're supposed to come this morning and it got delayed. So I'm still waiting to ship those out. I still have everybody's email, so I'm going to be sending out tracking information once I do. But yes, the Berlin Wall piece will get shipped out today. In terms of the Lions, I feel like this makes sense, but do you think the Lions pull the trigger on Trey Hendrickson? Because again,
kill him? Are they going to shoot Trey?
They're going to kill him. But he's turning 31 this year, right?
Sure.
You're going to have him for, you're hoping, a couple years. Do they go and spend some capital and money on Trey? Because they do need another pass rusher.
Yeah.
Zadarius Smith, I don't think is not going to be the guy. And Hutchinson coming back is going to be a game changer. Do you go and get Hendrickson for the price that they're asking? So let's just say that you said a second round pick, right? Is what they're asking for?
Yeah. And I think Detroit kind of has the right second round pick. If you're going to give up a second rounder, it's pick 60.
Mm-hmm.
So, back into the second round.
Maybe Froy. Maybe.
Hope
so.
I don't know what Brad Holmes is going to do. They've kind of put it out that they're not going to do something like this. But for the 60th pick in the draft, is there any guy you can draft at that spot that you believe you can get at that spot that would come in and make the kind of impact that Trey Hendrickson does? I doubt it. So yes, I would love this for the Lions if they made that move. I think he was too good last season.
So good
to not be excited about what he could do instantly opposite Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, I agree.
But yeah, it'd be fun.
Hope you have a great birthday. No, I think the Lions make sense because it's also not, because this is what I was arguing about with the Crosby potential trade or even the Garrett trade. The capital you're going to have to give up is so substantial. And yes, Myles Garrett and Max Crosby, different types of players, I would say, in different circumstances. But Hendrickson, just as a staple of how good he's been with Cincinnati, you talk about last year, Tree brought this up, arguably, vying for Defensive Player of the Year. You throw him up there, which, again, the pass rush has been the kind of weak point when it comes to the Lions drafting. They've drafted well in so many different areas, but they need to go get a pass rusher. And if it only costs you a second, yeah, I feel like you rock with that. And even if you're going to give him a 2-year extension on top of it, then you have 3 years of Aiden Hutchinson and Trey Hendrickson?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I would do it. Who's next? Who else do they have on there?
Oh, Brandon. There you go. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Diaby. Interesting.
That sounds good, bees.
Yeah. Bucks could use it for sure.
Buccaneers would be interesting.
Dude, Buccaneers. I want them to trade for Myles Garrett just so we can watch Myles Garrett and Baker Mayfield hug it out.
That's fair. That would be something.
This next one for the Chargers. I think Chargers, sure.
Chargers make sense. Yeah. Hunter, I don't see that there's a ton of people getting overly excited. I think it's just, hey, you're trading a 7th rounder. And while he definitely has some injury concerns, when he's on the field, if you can get some good value out of him and you don't know what you're doing with Stephon Diggs, it's worth a 7th rounder.
Oh, easy. It's worth a 7th. Yeah. I think that's a nice pickup for the Texans. Yeah. If he plays all year,
you're rocking. If not, then
he's quick. I think he's going to be a nice asset.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Falcons need a lot of things. I don't think that this is their first. I see if the
Can we trade you Kirk Cousins for a Trey Hendrickson? How would you like a Kirk Cousins?
I feel like they address this in the draft because this is the draft to go after defensive linemen, I feel.
Ooh, Jonathan Allen released by the Commanders.
Well, Washington, speaking of the Commanders, they're on this list too. They just they re-signed Bobby Wagner, which I like that deal.
Bobby Wagner.
They have the money to do so, to go get Trey Hendrickson. I think they might go youth too. I might lean youth. They might. The Bears, I think fix your other line first, which you are. You're going out and getting it, but Hendrickson, they're making the argument about Sweat, which I do agree. I think that would be opposite Sweat would be a lot of fun. Packers,
Sweat on Sweat.
Packers, I don't hate. I don't hate it at all, but I don't think that they're going to. If that would be their big time free agent.
Yeah,
like if you're going for DK Metcalf or Trey Hendrickson. Yeah, I mean, listen, I would love a pass rusher. Don't get me wrong, and Hendrickson would be a lot of fun, and I think he can put some damage on there. But yeah,
Baba Wagyu.
Colts.
Yeah, they need it.
Classic. Yeah, they just Gus Bradley is just so anything will be an improvement. Anything at that point. I think Hendrickson does get moved. I think whoever winds up getting him, especially if they're a contender and they already have like an established pass rusher, Hendrickson's going to be a lot of fun for him. My question to you is, before we head on out of here, the Bengals choosing T. Higgins over Trey Hendrickson, I don't really agree with that.
I don't know. Dumb.
Oh, because you don't agree with that either.
No.
Okay.
I think it's a tough decision, and I love T. Higgins. Sure. I think he's amazing. Yep. I think they have Jamar Chase, though. And I think you can find receivers with a good quarterback much more easily than edge rushers. And your defense sucked with Trey Hendrickson. You let Lou go. Some Bengals fans wanted him to be a scapegoat. So there you go. You have it. Everybody else on earth was like, that guy's actually very good. So I think it's harder to prioritize T over Trey. But T's younger. You'll get a longer run with T. Higgins, but you're mostly going to be dumping your money into Burrow, Chase, Higgins. And then you got to fill the gaps everywhere else. I don't know. Like, you just look at the quarterbacks who have had Super Bowl winning success. None of them are overpaying for multiple wideouts, right? Like the Chiefs. I mean, I guess maybe the Eagles.
Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, though.
Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, but they're not really overpaying. I don't know, man. I think it's tough. But I would have preferred to keep Trey, pay Jamar Chase. They should have signed Higgins to a contract like a year or two ago, because then they'd be like, okay, we're all right now. But maybe they should have tag and trade T. Higgins. Like, maybe they still do, but I don't feel like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Folks saying about Jonathan Allen, I mean, now you have a DT who's gone. It's just, I don't think that salary was going to make sense, just because
this was in the works for a while, right?
Jonathan Allen's solid. It's just, just not worth the money.
They were going to try to trade him. They couldn't trade him. Now they'll release him.
Yeah.
That's a nice pickup.
That's right, Hunter. That's right.
I mean, maybe the Bengals just go get Jonathan Allen now. Like, okay. Get a guy. I just feel like defensive tackle, not pure edge dude. But
I feel like with the Bengals prioritizing going to get and Jamar Chase makes all the sense in the world to me, right? And again, I like T. Higgins, and I don't think like re-signing him is necessarily a bad thing. But like Trey Hendrickson, I get it, right? Aging guy, have probably one more contract left. But in terms of just like roster building, in terms of the guy who already knows, like it just is familiar with the team, the production is obviously there. I just don't think it's their best move.
Yeah, we watched them last year with an incredible offense and a bad defense, and it blew up in their face.
And they still need offensive line help. Like they still need to protect Joe Burrow. So yeah. I don't know, man. I understand, like, if you don't want to give him a major contract, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, of like, if he's looking for a longer term deal, I get it. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's like, it's going to be hard to say like signing T. Higgins is a bad thing for the Bengals, but big picture, it feels like the wrong move, right? Yeah. And I think you say that while acknowledging like T. Higgins is pretty incredible.
When he's on the field, he's great.
Yeah. He missed a little time last year. but whatever.
Yeah,
The
again,
Bengals are lucky the Browns are really messing up right now. It's like, whew, keep shitting on the Browns, everybody, as we fly under the radar of criticism.
that's it. That's it. Perna.